It is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. It is a beautiful September morning outside. I am looking forward to the weekend. It is my grandson's 7th birthday party, so all of my kids and grandkids will be here for the weekend. I can't wait. It'll be fun, it'll be crazy, it'll be hectic, but it'll be well worth it. So we're gonna have the party outside. It's supposed to be close 70, which is fine for kids running around, having a blast. And we're gonna have a blast today too, because we are going to learn how to make peanut delight. Peanut delight. I love peanuts and I delight in them. So this is the perfect recipe for me, and I hope it is for you. The one lady who gave this to me, her name is Renee. She's a beautiful woman. She says this is one of her family favorites. Her mom used to make it and now she makes it too. So I will trust that Renee knows what she's talking about, that we're all gonna love it, we're gonna enjoy it, and it will be going into my second cookbook called Tanya's Tasty Tidbits. First cookbook was Dee's Delights, my middle name Dee. Next one will be Tanya's Tasty Tidbits, my first name Tanya. So let's get started. You're gonna need 3 different bowls because we're gonna make this in layers. But first, let's start with the crust. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Have a stick of softened margarine, 1 cup of crushed peanuts, and 1 cup of flour will make the base, which we're gonna get started with. Now I'm gonna soften up my butter a little bit. I'm just gonna nuke it for a few seconds so it's easy to mix in with the crushed peanuts and the flour. I'm gonna start with about half a cup. Mix it up. So I'm gonna put a few more in there. 1 cup of freshly chopped peanuts. Smells like peanut butter. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put my margarine in the microwave for about 15 seconds just to soften it up a little bit. And my margarine is a little bit old. It is a bright yellow color here. It's actually about 5 months past the best by date. I used to once upon a time buy cheap margarine for everything I made. I didn't care if it called for butter or not. I always used margarine. But then I started cooking, you know me, like a professional here in the kitchen. I started cooking and I thought, well, you know what? I should buy butter. I should buy butter. I should buy regular butter. I should buy unsalted butter. And now my margarine, my poor little margarine, has been sitting in the fridge too long because I don't use it anymore. Because most recipes do call for butter. This one calls for margarine. So I got it out. I looked it up. It should still be good, about 4 to 5 months because the whole packet was not open. So we're safe, folks. We're safe. Okay, I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't have here. Sorry, Renee, I forgot to ask you, what size pan do I use? I'm going to use a 9 by 9 because I think that should be pretty good. We'll see. If I think it needs to be bigger once I get all the base in here, I'll let you know. But I think we're going to be pretty safe with a 9 by 9 pan. So let's go ahead and put my old margarine in the microwave. And even though it does not say to grease the pan, I'm going to go ahead and grease it just a little bit, just to help prevent sticking. Let's go ahead and mix these all together. So for the crust, 1 cup of crushed peanuts, 1 stick of margarine, and 1 cup of flour. First I'm going to go ahead and mix the margarine and peanuts around a little bit, then I'll add the flour. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and I think I was correct. 8 by 8, 9 by 9 would be good. Make our crust. Make sure you get it spread around nice and even. A lot of times these desserts are made with graham cracker crust, but not this one. This one goes with the good old peanuts. Off to the oven it goes, 350 degrees, 10 to 15 minutes. Just start checking it at 10. Once my crust cooled a little bit, I put it in the fridge to speed up the cooling process because I don't have much time. You guys know I'm impatient. So here's my crust, nice and cooled. 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. Make sure you have that softened. 1 cup of peanut butter. More peanuts. That's probably probably why it's called Peanut Delight. 1 cup of powdered sugar and 1 cup of Cool Whip. So I'm just going to mix these on about low, medium for the first layer. Go ahead and scrape down the sides. Mix it around a little bit. Just going to kind of glob it out there. Glob it out there. Is that proper English? Should have the consistency of kind of like frosting. Not real thick. It's similar to frosting. At least that's what mine has. Renee, did yours have that type of consistency? Now this is going to be high in calorie in case you haven't guessed already. So about 1/12 of this is going to have about 500 calories. So eat wisely. For the next layer we are going to need a box of chocolate instant pudding. I'm using Jello brand and this is a 3.9 ounce. We're only going to use 1.5 cups of milk. The package calls for 2, but we are going to use 1.5 cups. And then I'm just going to whisk it for a few moments like it suggests. All right. So after about 2 minutes, pour this over top and then spread it for the next layer. For the butterscotch pudding, do the same thing. 1.5 cups milk. Whisk it for 2 minutes with this one here is instant, 3.4 ounce. Be careful that you don't accidentally grab the cook and serve. I have cook and serve butterscotch pudding, realized that, so I ran to the store, couldn't find butterscotch instant, so I thought, well, heck, I'll grab some already pre-prepped puddings, you know, these little fun packs of pudding. I thought, no, Tanya, you are not going to shortchange this recipe by using these little fun packs. No. So I ran down to the next store, which was about 3 miles down the road. By golly, they had it instant, not cook and serve. And whisk for a couple of minutes. You'll start to notice the pudding get thicker. I know all of you have made instant pudding before, but just in case you haven't, you will start to notice a different texture whenever you know you have whisked it long enough. Let's pour the next layer on top. Now for pudding, you cannot use soy milk or almond milk. You have to use regular good old cow's milk, else the pudding won't set. Then what we're going to do is add another layer of just a little bit of Cool Whip on top with a few extra crushed nuts. Then let's go ahead and sprinkle maybe about 1/4 cup of some more chopped peanuts. And I'm going to let this sit in the fridge for a couple hours to set. I've had it in the fridge for about 45 minutes. I have to go, but I'm just going to let it sit in the fridge several hours till it totally sets up. But I think it'll be good enough that I can try and also get some servings to take out to my parents. Now I'm going to try a little baby piece of this. But actually, this is going to be my lunch because it's high in calories. And since I can't pass up anything with peanut butter, I'm going to go ahead. All the luscious little layers. Let's try this. Renee, thank you. This is definitely going in my second cookbook. Yes, indeed. Very good. That crunchy crust is nice too. I like that. Yes, I would highly recommend this. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. So Tanya's Tasty Tidbits has a new recipe, and I think I'm going to call this 5-layer peanut delight. Excellent. Thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and Renee, thank you for that fabulous recipe. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.